Okay, so you know how many people have been dealing with several issues. Like recently, we've been having issues of like the Osinachi lady, and then we have on the other hand we have thoughts about what is happening with the comedians' children amidst all this drama. And then we have the actress who is also in the eye of the storm over drumming on a, you know, private, not behind rather. And then it has so many people talking about parenting and how children are being raised now.
Yeah, and perhaps how it's changed from when our parents raised us to how we're raising our kids.
Yeah, so someone posted, I'm just going to be very quick about the tweet. The person basically was talking about the fact that the way our father responded to our daughter saying, be quiet, is different from how he would have responded in a time. So it's something that we just wanted to talk about this morning, like how parenting has really evolved. And has it really evolved?
Has it evolved for the better is the question. Is it better now? Are we more aware of the needs, mental needs of our kids, or are we spoiling them? Because when you talked about that this morning, I said to myself, my daughter does have instances where she asks me to, Daddy, be quiet, or Daddy, you're silly, or stuff like that. And we just laugh about it. We're okay with it. You know, I think that it's just it's a better way of expression for them because it doesn't alienate them from you, put this gap of authority that you can't talk to Daddy like that. It allows them to be more expressive, especially in their younger years. When they hit those teen years, I'm imagining that that is going to be very, very useful because they'll be more expressive toward you. They'll be able to tell you stuff that you couldn't tell your parents. I mean, my parents, Mommy, Daddy, I love you. But it was quite a bit of time before I realized what the birds and the bees were. In fact, when I realized, I was very, very stunned. I was like, "Oh my goodness, is this how it happens?"
Yeah, I believe I believe that communication is very key between a parent and their children.
Leaving it open,
accessible. Because if you create that distance between you and the kids, you know, finding time for other things that become a priority, then your children will. It definitely exposes your kids to other things, other people, and influences. Now you have the social media that has largely influenced our way of life. You'll see a lot of children on social media. There's no control. There's no monitoring. You know, all of this. There's no one, you know, checkmating, you know, some of the activities that they're doing on social media. And the media actually also, there's social media, and there's the media. So social media has also sort of morphed our values and
then there's
tradition in these times. You get so we now see parenting in a certain way, which is different from the way that our parents, you know.
How is parenting now? What do you do? What do you?
And then let's not also forget. I'm coming to now the media. So the media is now paying more attention to some of those issues that we had as children. Now that we're adults, we are now we are more empowered. We are now empowered by that information, and that is why, you know, we are now, you know, able to influence our kids differently. We are now working on communicating with our kids more. We're now working on, you know, creating that balance, basically. So
my question is, degradation of values. Our parents, did they do it right? Because most of us turned out okay, and we have these Well, they turn out.
Some people say that there are many of them living with trauma.
No, but I'm going there. So we turn out okay in the public eye, but then I will tell you that many of us are still living with trauma, just as you have said. I told you a fact that I just realized lately about myself and growing up, and the fact that I actually self-harmed. I did not know that that was what I was doing. It only just occurred to me recently that that was what was happening, and that this was because of certain, you know, fractures I had in my mind regarding my personality and how it's, you know, subdued in this way or that way and stuff like that. You know, so that's what I'm trying to get out now regarding how whether it's working well for this generation, will it work well for the next generation, and how is it going to change when it's their turn to be parents?
So the thing is, parenting is a very funny thing. Sometimes you think you're ticking all the right boxes, but as a matter of fact, you're ticking all the X's, not even like ticking it right. So I'll just say this, it's a unique thing for every person. You know the kind of child you have. Try as much as possible to fashion your parenting according to each child. It's just like teaching. You need to fashion your teaching methods according to each child. What works for many children might not work for most children, and what works for most might not work for many. So you know exactly the kind of children you have, the kind of pupils you have, as the case may be. So I think that's what, for me, that's what parenting is.
Yeah, then, and I also feel like that mix and match, that, you know, putting, using a bit of what your parents taught you and a bit of, you know, this new generation parenting is about. And then you like mix it. Like yesterday, Elsie was sitting anyhow in public. I said, will you sit down properly? That's my mother right there.
So the one I learned from my mother, and it's still working today, is this. Look at my eyes. Ah!
It works.
Like,
it does work.
You know, the moment I do that, Mommy, sorry. I didn't say anything now in public. Like,
it's all good.
So, yeah.
What do you do with your kids? How do you raise them? Well, it might be your prerogative how you choose to, but, well, let's consider how, you know, different facets might affect them when they grow up, especially. Thank you very much. Do stay tuned. We got more Inside Work in Nigeria. It's Wonder Women's Wednesday!
Oh,